Bind tmux prefix to os x cmd key, or any other binding. I'm used to a term2, or terminal.app for this case, on os x. But I want to move to use tmux, or screen, but the problem is similar to both apps. So my idea is to have a single term tab with a tmux session opened with multiple tabs. To do the transition, I have a basic feature I need to configure on tmux, switch to the tab, and by using cmd plus n, like Firefox, Chrome, term to itself, etc. However, I can't find a way of mapping the cmd key on the Mac keyboard. I first tried to implement cmd as a prefix key, with no success. I've tried set option G prefix MA, hoping for meta A. Set option G prefix A, hoping for to work. But nothing works. Is this possible? I don't really need to bind the prefix to cmd, but I want to be able to change tmux tabs with cmd plus n. Thank you.
You want to invoke a sequence of keystrokes, first Ctrl-B, then N ranging from 0 to 9. Your best bet is to use a keyboard shortcut utility such as Butler or Keyboard Maestro to do this for you. Using Butler, select plus Smart Item Keystrokes, configure the hotkey CMD1. Press Ctrl-B, then 1 for the keystrokes. Configure it to be only valid in terminal, or a term. It will warn you that other applications might not like it, but you know that already. Using Keyboard Maestro, create a new group on the left that is only available in terminal, or a term. Add a new item, triggered by hotkey trigger, CMD1, and add 2 keystrokes to its actions, Ctrl-B and 1. You might also want to take a look at this topic. Doesn't use command though, and didn't work for me using terminal. From the tmux documentation, bind key to command. Keys may be specified prefixed with C or apostrophe for control keys, or M for alt, meta, keys. The -R flag indicates this key may repeat, see the repeat time option. They don't support a third modifier key.
In a term 2, you can map shortcuts to hex codes that get sent into the terminal. Go to a term 2 preferences in GT, keys. In global shortcut keys, click the plus and type your desired shortcut like the CMD plus 1, which will be captured. Then select send hex code. In the box that appears, type the hex codes that you want sent to tmux separated by spaces. Ctrl-B is 0 by 02, so for Ctrl-B1, type 0 by 02 0 by 31. See here for more hex codes, this URL. I mapped CMD with H, J, K, L for moving around between tmux panes, and CMD with %N for creating the splits. I'll probably do something similar to move between vim splits with one control key.
Special shortcuts can be made with terminal.app. I just found out the other day, but this may have been possible prior to Lion. Go into Preferences and GT, Settings and click on the Keyboard tab. Now you need to add a new keyboard shortcut by clicking on the plus icon below the box. Now you want to set a key combo that sends string to shell. Example. Let's say I want to set M left arrow to be mapped to prefix P, previous window. Now just type in prefix P into the input box where prefix is whatever you have set for tmux, I use Ctrl A so the box displays \001p. Note that if you make a mistake, delete characters will be inserted instead of actually deleting characters, so hit the delete one character button to move backwards, in case you mess up. Special characters I have set to make life easier. You can also modify Control anything and Shift anything, but do remember that these could interfere with your $editor or other programs, so be careful about what special functions might be rendered useless. Also, note that I could not figure out how to duplicate this functionality in a term 2.
You may also want to consider the native, but very experimental, integration that a term 2 offers with tmux, this URL. That way, when you press CMDD to split the screen, a term 2 will split the tab for you. This is great, because the split is native, so you can drag the edge in the middle to readjust widths, or you can select a pane by clicking. Ditto for new tabs/windows, but the shortcuts are slightly different, otherwise you'd have no way to add non-tmux tabs. And like tmux, if you detach and reattach, everything will be saved for you. There are 2 caveats though. This is a very experimental feature and very flaky for me. You will have to build tmux yourself, using the archive somewhere on the link above. Chris.